going to try to get through this without crying. Okay. So, it's a bad week. Everything sucked. And that's it in a nutshell. I shouldn't wear stripes.
Why not? Your stripes look good.
Horizontal stripes are bad.
No, they look good. It is week 5.
No, it's like a fashion rule.
No. We'll try again. It is week 5. And
Round 2.
Round 2, week 5.
Right.
Yeah, so we'll just gonna give a quick update about our week. So I'll start first. I think you went first last time.
Oh, okay.
So my week went pretty well as far as diet goes. I mean, nothing major happened with the diet. Still doing the same thing. A little bit of fruit here and there. I have been upping my fat quite a bit. So I talked about last time about a drink. And again, I'm going to get a recipe out there for that. But it's really simple. Just take, an egg. Actually, I use 4 eggs. Well, you could adjust the recipe. I take 4 eggs, a half a cup of cream, a splash of vanilla, and then if I'm going to have it after I work out, then I add a banana to it, just as a nice. It makes it really sweet and really nice. So yeah, it's very lovely.
Lovely.
So that's the diet. Lifting's going really well. I'm up to 265 now on squats. So I completed my squats. It's getting heavy. So we're getting there. But I tell you what, I always wear a knee brace. And this is the first week that I did not wear the brace the whole time. And so I think that my knee's getting stronger and, better because we're eating less crap. So I think that's...
We're eating less crap. That's a great way to define our diet.
Eat
less crap.
Still reading the same book, Dissolving Illusions. It's really good, talking about how a lot of the health issues during the turn of the last century, not this current century, turn of the last century in the 1900s, were caused by conditions and not so much the germs, etc. Really good book. I'll explain all that on another show. And meditation, we talked about last week how proud we were down on the mat. This week was kind of a rough week emotionally for both of us, and physically. So we went back to doing sleep meditation, which has been helpful.
No, there was a day I did.
We did do one day.
We did.
Okay, one day. But we still do the meditation every night.
We do it, yeah.
In fact, there was one night that we were both, I wasn't feeling good, you weren't feeling good. You know what? You're like, no, we're going to do it.
It was late, too. It was like
late.
11:45.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
We got to do it.
Yeah.
So that was my week. Nothing major. You?
I'm going to try to get through this without crying. Okay. So, it's a bad week. Everything sucked. And that's it in a nutshell.
That's you in a nutshell.
No, this is me in a nutshell. Help! I'm in a nutshell! How did I get into this nutshell? Look at the size of this bloody great big nutshell. What sort of shell has a nut like this?
I'm bringing us down. He's like a little Pollyanna over here. It was fun. Like, following the challenge is not even really the challenge. Not even the challenge at this point. It's true. It's dealing with the emotional, garbage of life sometimes, I think. And that's what makes it crap. And it doesn't help to have a 75 hard challenge to do at the same time. But I'm still doing it. So I don't know if that means that I'm insane or just really stubborn, or maybe both. But everything was fine. Lifting was fine. The one thing I guess I haven't really talked about is the no caffeine. Maybe that's why I'm cranky.
No! You'll thank me later.
Sure. Because the winter time is the time for me to really drink my tea. I love my tea. And I have a lovely friend who's like, well, just drink herbal tea. And I'm like, herbal tea is crap. So, which it is.
Wow.
It's crap. Now, I just...
Controversial take.
I'm just throwing that out there. I just don't like it. I don't like the way it tastes. And so I had this one delicious tea that was black tea, and it had cinnamon, which are both incredibly high in oxalate, and so I can't drink that. And And what I loved about that tea was that I didn't have to put sugar in it. Because anybody who knows me knows that I take like 20 sugar packets in my tea.
Well, not anymore. You used to.
No, yeah, that was my thing. Oh, yeah. So no caffeine has been... I'm with you, people who want and need your caffeine. I hear you. Yeah, him especially. I don't like coffee, so that's always been a good thing for me. But I've always loved tea. And so I find, and I think that most people would agree, like most people with food addiction problems, I guess, that if you're having a hard time, like something emotional happens, that's the thing that you turn to. Other people might turn to alcohol, drugs, porn, whatever. Pick your vice. Mine is probably food, and specifically sugar. And I've been wanting to eat a lot of sugar lately, but I haven't, so that's good. Mm-hmm. But it's been annoying and a struggle. So, which I guess is good, because so far I haven't really felt like this has been a struggle. But this is a struggle, and I don't like struggling. So if things are going well, and I guess this is true with most things in life, mm-hmm. then things are going well. That sounds like a Yogi Bear quote, but it wasn't a struggle before when things were going well.
Got it.
But if something's not going well, then the gluten-free bread at the store looks really good, and going and buying bagels or whatever, because I can actually eat that and you can't. Mm-hmm. Like, you have a built-in excuse. Or making a cup of tea and dumping a bunch of honey in it sounds like a great idea. But I haven't done that, and that might be why I'm in a bad mood. But
well, I think that's a good point. I think that the challenge isn't just the things that you pick. It's sticking with those things when times get tough.
Yeah.
It's kind of is what if I'm gonna re-nutshell what your nutshell.
You just re-nutshelled my nutshell.
That, quite honestly, is some of the best nutshelling I've ever heard.
That was good. Yeah, and I guess I'm the kind of person who wants to put out there that, like, everything's great, everything's all right, everything's fine, and it's not always fine. Like, but the challenge isn't the problem, and I think that might lead into a point that you want to make.
Great segue. So if you out there are looking or thinking about starting a 75 hard challenge, and you're saying to yourself, you know what, man, I don't have time to exercise 45 minutes twice a day. I don't have time to make my own food. I don't have time, to read every day. Okay. Don't let that be your barrier to doing something. Mm. And this is where I think that we'll deviate a little bit. And, for everybody, including us who have done a 75 hard challenge, it is hard. It is hard, and you have to make time for it. You have to be dedicated to it. Mm. But I'm also a realist and understand that not everybody has that kind of time, or even right now, maybe even that kind of motivation. And that's okay. But don't use that as an excuse to not do something. Mm. And so we talk about this with one of Ashley's relatives that we've been talking to, and we told him, pick one thing from each of the three categories that we always talk about, which is mind, body, and spirit. Mm-hmm. So if I'm going to just give you some ideas of what I mean, for mind, pick a hobby that you want to, or a skill that you want to learn, you want to pick up, and dedicate a certain amount of time every day, 15 minutes. To learning that skill. Everybody can make 15 minutes. Okay, for spirit, read an inspirational book every day. Find a book of poetry that you like. Pray, meditate. All those things can be done 5-10 minutes a day. Mm-hmm. What I do? I missed one. Body. Go for a 15-minute walk in the morning. Pick one food that you want to eliminate from your diet and eliminate that food. Give up drinking. It's a hard one maybe for some people, but give up drinking, give up smoking, whatever it is. Pick one thing from each of those categories and do that for 75 days. And I guarantee you that after those 75 days, you're going to be better. You're going to feel better. And then maybe you're geared up to then do, a full-on hard challenge or, bigger or add on to it. Or maybe not. And, like we told your relative, if that doesn't do anything, all you've wasted is 75 days. Pick 3 new things and start again. But I guarantee that you won't waste those 75 days.
No, not if you do it. But I think that's just such an important point to make, that I guess it's not for everyone. And I hope that we didn't make it look easy, because it wasn't easy. No. But there were certain aspects of it that were easier for us. Like, no alcohol is not a problem, because we just don't really drink it.
Yeah, we weren't big drinkers.
And we've been very used to doing like a low-carb keto diet, so sticking to that was fairly easy. The working out was harder. The water was harder. And we did talk about those things, but I just never want anybody to think like, they made it sound like it was a walk in the park, because it wasn't. And this isn't either. But this isn't because of external things. But I can't use those as an excuse, and I won't, because at the end of the day, I'm a very stubborn person, so I just keep going because of that stubbornness. So I turn my weakness into a strength a lot of times.
There you go.
I try to anyway. So
good.
But
yeah, so don't stop yourself from doing something because you don't feel like you could go full bore into it. So pick something, move.
All of them, same direction, just move.
All right, I think that's it for tonight.
I think so. I gotta go.
We'll talk to everybody later. Bye.